that was a longer loading, stream starting, actually live recording intro. This is part 4. I'm your host, ready. Close the modes. The putting back together, completing the mini series. Kind of in place, upgrading by rebasing the Intel based PC H81 chipset. So actually it was as simple as just swapping the motherboard, but I took it slow. And again, this alliance on the previous mini-series, what takes to stream and capture, still using the PC hardware now. Let's go over here. No, skip this, go right here, yeah, this thing. So there's the pit stop, the workbench, workshop area, camera pointing down, that's ready for the assembly. And we got the resident lab sims in place. I can hear I'm live, that's good. Again, recording this live and distributing using Twitch. And so I do it to reduce steps. How many times do I need to upload, download? At least Twitch works together with YouTube, or like over the internet, over wire distribution, direct to uploads for the longer videos. What do I have to say about this? Last time I mentioned that I'll check for the audio front panel, but actually I did the reflow of the front panel audio last year, and it didn't help. I reflowed the solder joints on the front panel, so that didn't help. Just the way it's kind of I got super old male jacks, stereo audio jacks, and these front panel female sockets are newer, so there is a mismatch in the dimensions in production. Those that I have from the 90s, these later, they're kind of, everything got smaller over 2000s and 2010s. So there is a little bit of mismatch in dimensions when plugging in these jacks into these motherboard sockets, but the front panels are way low quality anyway. So that's about it. So all that's left it is to put it together, and I want to do it to complete this specific series with the topic like expanding work life. What's the term? Anyway, not throwing away PC hardware. There is always, I always like to reuse it, repurpose it, keep it running, that's the thing, and reconfigure it, reassemble it for optimal performance, at least so I don't spread my hardware configurations thin. I at least set up on in one set of standards the max I can get, and the rest just put together so it works. I mean the other computers and the hardware. I'll attend for a few moments to live side of the stream. And let's see. Did I usually have? Well, okay, I'll hit here a stream marker. So whatever happens, who knows? And if I changing scenes here, this, that. Well, let's stick to this thing here. What I'm missing is, like usually. Okay, I've changed a little bit here my streaming. I'm going kind of 60 FPS for no good reason, just to utilize more bandwidth. What I'm missing here is chats from the live. We got the throw running, looking nice. Need that chat. And this is what's going on with you, throw. Okay, I'll hit F5, refresh you. We'll see. My computer is now kind of feeling the strain. Everything is now running from same computer, the monitoring dashboards, chats, and capture. And I can feel it in the performance. Okay, so it's not gaming. When restreaming to Twitch, I get always the gaming category. Wow, my CPU is saying, oh, well, it's around 70, 50, spread around 12, 6 cores, 12 threads, logical processors. And of course, this is the day when I also need to be, I don't know, harassed by my cat when I'm supposed to work. Okay. What did I say? So this is a newer configuration that I'm using for streaming. So I'm interested how it will perform. Can I handle everything? And here she is in the lab. How will it perform running everything? I'll just arrange the chat stacks and get this camera to the workshop area and put the computer together. And then also let the lab Sims the resident. Sims 1 game simulation run the background for the entertainment. I don't think I'll be missing the D-Live when I ditch it, dump it from the roster, stream to destination. Come on. Okay, last touch here, nice. Okay, I think, okay, I'm ready. How will I do this? What did I do previously? Previous sessions, moving to the workshop area. Need to move the camera, but first I'll get the mic in position over there. To get the microphone in position over there, like you can see. So there you can see the camera crane, workbench, mic is here, and I need to move it over there, and I'll see if I can set up the camera so you can see at least a little bit. Something like this. And of course, have the Lab Sims on like that, and go into this family house. It's the crowded house of large family. And so I'm going on my way with the microphone over there. So you can kind of see that the camera crane is in the way of the microphone. That's why I need to move the camera crane. And now microphone can get here in the area of the workbench. And I move the crane back in position over the workbench. And I had to do this in real time. With all these moving parts together, streaming and doing stuff. Couldn't simulate all this in my head. Be right back. And the camera, come with me. We're going this way. Hey you guys, how you doing? We can have a look. So here's the camera right above this thing, and I have long cables and I can move them. They cover everything. Microphone and the cameras can cover the whole studio laboratory area. And it took me around, I don't know, around 24 hours to figure all this out in two streams. These hardware workbench themed. I'm just looking for the good placement of the camera so I can... I've got this part of a camera crane right at my forehead. I'll need to duck down like this. This is straightforward, but I just don't want to rush it. Simple as putting the tech just simply in the case. Simple as that, but at my age, I take everything a bit slower, because from experience, from my own experience, I know that there are not often, but situations when I need to open back again something and redo if I rush things. So light on from the camera, lot of glow here and there. Took a good rest before this session, but it turned out to get on the late schedule. But I think I made the overall the arrangement of everything more efficient. So I'll check for the camera coverage. Not zoomed too much, but not too far. Maybe one in the middle, one step back from the zoom. Hope this will be good. And it's good. You can still see kind of the camera crane, but at least I'm not hitting it with the head. So I'll put this together. Started with something. Do I put the power supply first? Maybe. So this is the thing is here goes the power supply. Let's see how much space for hands I will have when I put this in. Do I plug it before or after I put it in? Because I need to reach for this. Reach for this connector. Actually this one. And if the power supply is here, it's in the same place where my hand comes in. So. Those are my concerns because this CPU fan is larger than the stock Intel stuff. And here's what I'll do. I'll try a different approach. I'll put the power supply first in. I'll put away the motherboard for a moment. Hope I got the audio levels properly this time. Still getting used to, familiar with the new streaming setup. Okay, this way I'm covering here the area where the power supply comes. So I'll put the power supply in place, and before putting the motherboard in, I'll connect the I'll connect the power cable and then place the motherboard in place. Something feels weird here. Okay. What was that? Is there something inside that I didn't see? Oh, it's these things. There are two nipples here driving the power supply in position. Why don't I get my screw bit? I'll measure the required bits with the screw itself. And put at least one screw in place. Get the power supply secured. I'm looking on my right, but it's on the angle, so I can see what you're seeing. But so I'm looking over here to see the computer, see if everything is framed properly. I'll do a little bit, work this out a little bit, and then get with you chats on the short break. So one screw is in. Just so the power supply doesn't move around. Here I'm screwing this thing. I also have to check what's my cat doing. She's not happy today. I don't know what the lady cat wants. I love her to death, but not when I'm working. Not a good moment. So, supplies in. Bring this out. And now, sort out the cables. Move some of the stuff I don't need at the table. So I don't drag it around with the cable. Cool. So I'll need this thing. Then what else needs to go in the motherboard? The drive cables. Oh, and I have this thing, so I'll need this power. My computers are very customized and they last long, so I do things my way. Let me know if I should get the game sound lower, pull down the game sound. Okay, here is this, just to get everything in the proper order. Okay, I don't need this right now, and I have it somewhere standing by. I do these things every couple years, not on daily basis. And I'm not getting any younger, so I take my time. Okay, and this power cable goes into motherboard. This one is already bent, so I probably used this one. I got this thing. Aren't we having fun? I'm a bit annoyed with the preparations for the streams. I find this more simpler than scripting and editing the video. For a one-man band. I'll still need this bass over here. So if I put this now down here, I can't reach. I really can't plug this, get my hand over there. So that's that issue. I'll do it now. Maybe I'll apply a twist to the cable so it knows where it should stay. Oh wait, did I connect all these things? Okay, now I'm always weirded out with these connections. So the other motherboard didn't have this. Let me I'll take it for reference, take it out. So this was the previous motherboard I used with this power supply, and it has only one single, what does it say? ATX 12 volt power. So I'm reading with my glass, so it's ATX 12 volt power, and with this power supply it took only one connector. This one, like that, and this motherboard was working with the power supply that didn't have these two, this combo. So I'm thinking, should I, for this instance, should I set this up for this motherboard this way, so it uses both connections?
Dag.
Would this even fit over here? So the motherboard that I'm using now with its previous power supply used only one of these, because that's the power supply didn't have both of these bundled together. And I'll have a look over there. Okay, there are markings on them. P1, P2, P13. That was UI on that one was one of these. Where is it? I guess this type of combination. Okay, I see. Okay, there is a dead giveaway right over here. So there is dust in this jack. It's what wasn't used. Let's see if this will fit. I have some of this dust out. Wow, dusted it. So just jacks, pin headers off. I'm not sure do I need this, but I'll do it like this. I don't use the GPU that needs additional power supply, its own power. We'll use it through the board. Okay, now let me double check. Oh, I got these things. Okay, so these don't have markings. These are powered P13 and so on. So this power supply can power the GPUs that require power, but not in this case. Maybe I should give it a test run before going next steps. And there is another thing with this motherboard when you're using it. There is a jumper, and I need to think ahead or think through how to configure onboard the GPU and which one will be initialized first, so it doesn't. So the system can auto detect that, but it also later on can create confusion. I will use onboard. I will have it on standby in case I need a backup for streaming. I'll use the onboard Intel quick sync encoder from GPU like previously. Now I'm thinking, should I put this together so I can test run it, test drive it with this combination for the power, and I'll also figure out how which way these cables should go. I didn't hear a click, but it's in place. Maybe I could give it a try like this with just a quick test run on using just the back panel VGA output without capturing it, just so I know that it's working. I have the arrangement in my lab and studio allows me to combine a lot of inputs, outputs, sources. It took me some time to arrange everything in place, get everything in place. And after that also figure out how to record all this. I hope I don't mess something up. So this is the VGA out. I'll try and use the onboard. And maybe visit the BIOS. So that's in. I guess I'll need the battery. Battery is supposed to be right here, and it is. Previously I didn't have camera over here, so it was boring until I do the hand play. Now it's more interesting, and also with lab sims over there, we are winning. Just winning on all fronts. Just balancing the audio, lowering a little bit the game sound. What I could do to power the motherboard down, I will not use the HDMI at the moment. What I could do, I could connect mouse keyboard first. Stand by. Here on the back panel. Like that. Let me know if you're watching streams in the VR, how this feels for you. And I could connect, I know I can just short here in this area to power on the computer manually, just short the what's written here? Green, I guess green is power. Power, then the LED. Is it power LED or what? Oh, power on is where? Oh, that's the green. Okay, so what we have here is you can't see clearly the colors from because of the light from the camera. And if you have zoom, full resolution at this zoom level, so this pin, hey, this is the reset, there is nothing here, so this says it is the power LED light. These two are hard disk, and then the blue, what's the blue thing? There are tiny labels here on the motherboard, written down. So over here it says power LED for this thing. Does that mean that this is the power on? The next two? I don't have this motherboard, doesn't have the documentation. I'll just grab the power switch so I can do that on the PC case. Now let's give it a test run. Anything else I need? Power cable to the power supply. Power supply is on off. Is there any danger for a short circuit? And I'll plug in also the front panel, front case fan, the system fan. And here it goes. So I'll mark the spot on in the video. I'm switching on the power switch on the power supply. I have monitor on the VGA connected. Mouse keyboard on the back. I have and over here I'll push the power on the case. And I have image on the perfect, there's image on the VGA. Okay, I'll just turn it off. I don't need it running. So all this works, that's nice. I just wanted to check what would be the order of operation. Well, I guess the BIOS will automatically turn on without the GPU installed when the slot is empty. We'll use one of the outputs on the motherboard, like it does now. The next thing I could do, further testing, boot the operating system, but I did that already, so I don't need to do that again. No. And the GPU I'll be using for this one. Doesn't have the VGA, it has the DVR, HDMI and display port. I don't have a display panel, display port PC monitor. I use HDMI and television or the older DVI computer monitors, displays. So what would happen if I put this in? Let's check that order. And the good thing is that I have a monitor on standby that I can use to check for the order of initialization of the displays. I just hope I don't create a short circuit. Over here. between the PC case. I want to make sure that it's sitting on the isolation. Don't do this like this. I do it just to showcase. I don't know. I said if I ever do anything like this again, I'll do it recorded. And also now you see I'm streaming it. It's more practical for me. So I'll put actually the VGA for a test drive. The GPU actually for a test drive. I cannot capture the thingy, the VGA, but I can point the camera to this monitor. But I can capture this GPU, the HDMI. Why am I doing this? To figure out the order of initialization of GPUs, because this motherboard is small, so when it's in the case, I can grab the clear BIOS to reset to defaults the order of the BIOS and the order of GPU initialization. But I actually don't need to do that now. I can continue with assembly. And let's have a short break. I'll mark the spot. So, in this first part, this is a short recap in the video. Small part. I've tested the motherboard. I got the power in. Make sure that it works the way I've connected the power supply. Because this power supply now has, and this motherboard has can take in the whole 6, what is this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 pin molecs from power supply, unlike previous configuration where it took only 4. The power supply connections are also kind of foolproof. They will take as much as they need. Whatever the connector configuration. So, for example, on this motherboard and the previous one, so on previous one here there is a difference. So the previous one had only 4 pin for the 12 volt ATX, and it was from this power supply. So this is this type of connection, and this time I just tested that it can work, that this motherboard will work if I populate the socket on this one with hole 8 with a full plug. But in the previous configuration this motherboard worked with only 4, and this time I gave it a try. What if I plug in it whole suite of 8 that's available from this power supply. And I got it working, and we got the image on here. There was image on the VGA display. So for test run, quick short test run, I used the onboard VGA output. So I'll just leave it and have now a short break, and I'll put it together and do the configurations necessary when I have everything in place. I don't want to. This is just a improvised ghetto style test run with powering on the motherboard like this. You can create a short circuit between from below the motherboard. It happened to me once 20 years ago. I had a lot of regrets doing that. I have this on standby over here. And short break. was a short break. And now I'll get further with the assembly. I'll put the light back on. So I took a measure for where the cables need to go, and whether does this work. Well, guess what, it works. Put back power connector in. Oh, it goes this way. It was a nice click. Got nothing else to connect, everything is ready on that side. So I was concerned about this area because I can't reach with my hand anymore over there. There's my head. Should I screw the motherboard on? Am I done? Next thing is the SATA ports. Figure out which one is the one pair of SATA ports. There are black and red ones. One pair is SATA 2, one is SATA 3 and 6 gigabits data rate. I'll go with the order of connecting this thing first here. I'll just jump to the production over there, see it, get the audio level in order. I'll start connecting from this side, so I don't have the cables over here right away. So I need to move them as I get to this part. When I start connecting, get to this part connecting, so I won't have cables lying over right away. The first thing here was, well, let's screw on the motherboard screws. base. Where did I put those screws for the motherboard? I covered everything up. Where are they? It's very crowded here. Is it this? Yeah, this screw feels right. This screw feels like it goes into this motherboard. On the other case, there are different threads on the holders, motherboard holders, these stand-offs. Just checking at the lab sims. What are they doing? Get the right bit for the screwdriver. I will not tighten all the screws right away. I'll leave it so I can align the motherboard when the GPU is on, so it aligns, everything properly aligns on the back panel and front. I'll need this. And now my depth perception is a bit off. I just use these for these close-ups and reading. I usually don't wear glasses. Well, I never did, but at this age, young guy like me needs them for reading super tiny letters and even mobile tiny fonts. So just to fill the void conversation here, I'm upgrading by swapping the motherboard in this PC case. Previously I had the Asus motherboard, and this motherboard, unlike that one, has support for M2, has an M2 slot, and the rest is actually perfectly the same. Only that the audio chip is a little bit differently implemented, and I'll see that result. But I need to double check here now. I'll take the screws off. I need to make sure that the back panel, the standoffs, are properly fastened, so I don't unscrew them with the screws. That will lock up the motherboard in between. So I'll put the motherboard away for a moment. I check around that these bottom base plate standoffs are firmly, so they don't get unwind with the screw above on top of motherboard.
this ground, it's fresh. And when we put that snap, and you still got it can form us now. Why be fine?
Okay. Tight enough. They won't get loose. This computer will get disassembled next time only when I get the CPU upgrade, or maybe i7 and the M2 slot card drive. Who knows when will that happen? But i7 processor, I'm quite interested what level of performance with this. Only thing is that this is DDR3 memory, so it's not DDR4. 16 gigs max. And I'm curious, when I install the driver for audio, will the Windows again impose the ACES branding on the Web&Tech audio manager? Where's one more screw? So I got this one, and last one. Where is the last one that I had previously? Oh, here it is. Okay, threads going nicely. It doesn't move. I like maybe to be able to move it a little bit. And what if I put the... Okay, I have the front panel, front case, front fan, case fan. So which way do I get this thing to go? Do I get it over here? I might do this because here and if I let the cable sit over here, it will be in the way of the USB ports. I don't like that. I like when I can reach inside the case with one hand, because you can't fit two hands in the PC. There is just not enough room and everything is installed. But if I fit this over here, I'll keep it over here. Keep it simple. I'll zoom in a little bit. For better coverage in this area. So this is front panel stuff. It's simple actually. Power switch. So I'll first go with the bottom row. Next is the reset switch. First in a row. I'll try and arrange them orderly. So this is supposed to be reset. Then goes the hard disk, hard drive LED, the drive activity LED, LED, over there, and then we have the power and power LED. Okay, for the LEDs I need to match the plus and minus, I guess. So, which one is marked? Plus, minus. So plus is the colored one, okay. I'll take it that I've got the polarity LED properly. I'll plug in the power switch. Power switch doesn't take the polarity into account. I will not go with the PC speaker. So that's that thing. And what I have also is, okay, front panel audio. Front panel audio is over here. I'll take the HD audio. There is also this PC case has a combination to select whether you're plugging HD audio on board or AC97. You can't miss this. There is same here on the plug, on the connector. One is blocked, not used, and same here on the motherboard. There is one pin missing, so you can't miss that. And the last thing is front panel USB. That's all. Not a big deal, but I did take my time with all this. Not rushing it. And I want to get familiar actually. Until I forget. But this time I have a video for the reference. Whenever I need to check something about this board, I don't need to open it. I can browse through my catalog and check in the video. I have a last option for update is the here. Last option for update is the front panel anyway. The connector for USB 3 that I don't have. Maybe you can get that for me, eh? On the AliExpress wishlist. JLPC, what's this? JL? This JUSB, okay, that's the right one. And that's all. Last thing is the GPU that takes. I really regret that this GPU doesn't have its 4 gigs RX 550, very nice card, cheap one. But it doesn't have like the one previously I had. It's like more modern one with a display port and 3 outputs that can work all together. But this one, it's the NVIDIA 730 GT. It had this. If I could have a better version of this, I'm still kind of thinking maybe I would put this one, because I don't need this for gaming, because this would be then this PC configuration with this motherboard would be Hydra. It can power all display outputs, so I can power 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 displays just from this computer. And with this one I can power 1, 2, 3, 4 displays. The fifth one I don't have the display port display, but I'll use this for max on my Windows XP computer. There are drivers available for the GT730, 2 gigs GPU for Windows XP. The one I'm using now for Windows XP that's running now these lab sims, it's the some old Radeon AMD 80i AMD. The AMD before AMD, when it was the Radeon 80i, whatever you want to call it. So this way, with this GPU, with going with the RX 550 4 gigs, I won't need much more RAM. System won't be RAM hungry. Now all it's left is to secure everything in place. My hands are a little bit dry, so my camera is not picking up my swiping gestures. And now what I'll check is with this HDMI cable, can I plug it in? Does it have enough room to get plugged in here? Sometimes the back side of the PC case is too close to the GPU ports, output ports. Cannot plug them neatly all the way. I know what I'll do. I'll loosen up all the screws. Okay, this one is below the GPU. Is it? Yeah, Yes, it is. So I take you out again. I plug the cable again, just for the measure, to make sure everything is in place. But I've installed, I've mounted the GPU before actually tightening the screw below. So this one is left sitting. But if I push the whole motherboard a little bit up, so I set out to loosen them all up. So I can push gently the board. It doesn't move a little, not a bit, but hey. And now I'll fasten everything, tighten these up like that. It's not a engine machine part, so you don't need to force this. Just till it's tight. And the last one over there, like that. GPU in place, nice. Last check for the alignment, plugging in the HDMI cable in the back. Just so everything takes its permanent positions. I'll tighten up the GPU a little bit tighter because it will often be moved around, wiggled around while as I disconnect and reconnect the front panel. Okay, the threads on the PC case are damaged, so I can't secure this closing back blank bracket, blanking, whatever. Later when I'm done, before finally closing the computer, I'll just do the cable management when I figure out. So I want this cable, for example, to go away from the fan intake area, which is this way. It kind of feels that it would be better sitting over there. but I want to keep it away from the components so they have more air going around. So this will be probably this way. Then there is a power cooler. These are all small details, but I just like to do it with the attention on that side. What I can try is before going last bit, I could try the So I'm thinking, how would I do this now? Record the VGA monitor, but I can't capture it because I'll actually plug in the operating system drive. I think it goes in the red one. So it would go like this. I can boot and see how the operating system behaves. And now I have a GPU also connected, so it's interesting to see before closing up what display will come on first. So I'll take you for a ride with me with a small camera. I'll take this camera with me and have this camera pointing to the computer, and we'll see on the capture and on the VGA display what will come on first in the next segment of the video. I'm just looking something for isolation where I put the drive here. I'll keep the drive over here. The SSD drives are light, so the cable might pull it off. The cable is heavier than the drive itself. I'll keep it away before I get the cable actually. So each cable on the power supply bundle here. We have two branches for the drives. They all support the Molex for the older drives, IDEs, the mechanical, and actually needed for the improvised power supply. I use the Molex for the fan. We have some power cable that will not be used, and this thing here. Okay, so this is the dedicated SATA that I'll use for the drives. So for now I don't need these with Molex. I have a modded fan here for a back panel that will sit here, where I've added a cable with the molex, but actually this is the connection for the power supply. So I found out that this fits nicely and securely. It doesn't come out on its own from. So this is how I make my own power supplies, power connections for the fans, additional fans, like this. Pull it all the way in firmly, and it stays in, doesn't fall out. So it takes a lot of force to unplug this. These are from the floppy drive, so I removed that thing. That's the way I can power on the additional power, the fans. And I actually drive these, lay these cables actually outside. I take them, leave them hanging outside for to power on the external drive. And during winter, summer, I can change the voltage for the fan, slower, faster, noisier, louder, noisier, quieter, depending on the requirements for the time of year temperatures. Okay, I got the SATA drive. Connector, power connection. Have the drive connected properly. Sometimes I have noticed there are issues with these secondary and further down the line connectors, so I usually just take the first in line. As these things are older, the connections tend to get looser. You can hear it a lot on when connecting mechanical drives, when they click. When I start clicking, again another test run, but after a short break. So this is a short recapitulation summary for this segment. I've actually connected all the connectors and tightened, screwed down the motherboard to the case. There's a GPU inside, front panel connected, front panel USB, audio, HD audio connection, and I'll give it a test run to see which display will get initialized with GPU. Then I need to configure the BIOS, and we'll boot in the next section. I'll boot the operating system for this drive. I've already did that and it booted, so I'll give it a go and see how to capture that. Do I use this camera to capture the VGA output if it comes on, or the HDMI over capture from the GPU? Or I'll use the DVI or whatever comes out, whatever signal. Now short break, be right back with you. this also works with the camera over here. So now for the test to boot the operating system. Like a moment ago, I just prepared everything. Everything is ready. I need to now arrange the cameras, actually this camera, to help us capture the display that I cannot capture. If depending which output will get initialized from the motherboard or the GPU. Don't know at this point. You know what? Let's go to the scene, the pit stop 50/50 lab sims and the workbench. And from here, I'll just connect the HDMI, hoping that that's the image I'll get. I'll connect the VGA just so I can track the operation of the computer, and as the Windows loads in, we'll see which image, what Windows will figure out what to switch on, and then I'll decide do I need to capture with the webcam, the VGA display, or just capture with the capture card, the HDMI output. So I'll grab the monitor cables. Display. And the VGA cable. Plug it in the back. We'll see what will come out. Like that. The VGA output on the motherboard is above her, so it's kind of just hanging on the... It's easy to damage it if you force it, so I'll rather hold it with a hand, because it's the second on top of the serial port. Here goes the power connector. Actually, I'll take the camera with me and the microphone. So you go with me. This way. The usual place. Just for now. Move the camera crane. Take the microphone out. Like how this all turns out. No, I'm not smoking. I'm behaving. What else? What else? So, okay, I need to turn on the TV and connect the capture. Now my windows are messed up. All the arrangement for Windows is messed up. Because I have same remote for the two televisions and it turned on my monitor TV HDMI where the chats are, so I need to bring them all back. That's why I appreciate more the old monitors. They don't change the arrangements of the windows when I turn on and off. Now everything is messed up. I mean, it's not messed up, I just rearranged. Which is just silly. These are the real-time trial by fire situations that I cannot predict, but are manageable when they happen. Well, let's have the oh great, my also audio crashed for the that captures the game. Okay, that's sorted. No, it's not. It is. Game audio. Let's have it. So, like that. Okay, this was that's done. I don't have the capture for that computer connected. I'll either use the webcam, or it depends what comes on, or the HDMI. I'll go down. Let's see how this came out. And change the scene to desktop. And can I have that capture on? Was the stay? Okay, properly initialized, very nice. So I can just switch on that computer and see what we'll get. Why don't I take you for a ride with me? So I'll take the camera with me, the USB. Here you can see this is the HDMI monitor that I'm expecting to come on, and here is the VGA monitor that might come on like in a first test run. And let's turn on the computer. Need to arrange these around. There are always moving parts, changing positions. So the power is in place. And switch on the power button. Let's see what we'll get. And here it is on the HDMI output. So the BIOS is properly set, and I will... Oh, I don't have keyboard operation. Did I connect it? No, I didn't connect keyboard and mouse actually. So it will load by default the what you call the Linux. Let's fix that. Give it keyboard and mouse in the front panel. Here's the keyboard. And here is the mouse. And back to the seat, director's seat. Take the mouse, bring it over there, see, like that. Bring it over here. But not booting. I will not boot the Pop! OS. But actually, Linux is cool. Let's run the Pop! OS. There it goes. Ta-da. What's in the Pop! OS? What is in the Pop! OS operating system? There is a update pending. It's the Pop! OS from System 76, Cosmic Desktop, a GNOME version, I think, with Pipewire. It's not connected to the internet, so I can't run the update, and I don't need it right now. Apps, what do I have installed here? I didn't use it, just set it up, initial setup. There's the OBS that I used for testing. Let's go in Windows. I'll run the dedicated stream. I'll do the dedicated streaming bit about this Linux operating system on this computer. Going into Windows and put the camera. Well, I'll keep it like this. This is interesting. Oh, capture is green. What's going on? Wrong colors. It's glitch over the long cable on the capture. That will get sorted by itself. Can I help this anyway? How can I fix this? No, that didn't fix it. Maybe below on the capture card. I disconnected and reconnected over there. No, that didn't help also. Maybe if I do the shutdown and power cycle. We'll see. This sometimes happened with very long HDMI cables. Again, that didn't help. Well, I guess it will be hard this time to capture it over a long cable. But hey, it works. The system is actually ready for a final assembly. That's almost just putting the drive in place and putting drive in place and the panels, case panels, left and right. So this computer, this operating system I used to previously stream and capture everything. What do I have for to show off? Well, I can actually start that OBS that I use. This is primary use case I had for this computer. And if I change the profile and the scene to what I've used to run, this is the same arrangement. It will load what? Okay, here's the initial. I know what's going on. I've installed the drivers. Yeah. No GPU drivers, no AMD drivers. Do I have GPU enabled here? The onboard GPU manage, and we can have a look at the task manager. So only showing CPU and it doesn't show the onboard display adapter. I'll have to run the driver installer. So display adapters, only the basic Microsoft Basic display adapter. I'll put everything now together and on a shorter cable connect for capture and do the final driver install, finalize. Interesting, the Linux looked normal, everything looking normal in Linux, colors and so on. Let's take you back to the workshop area.
Oh, so.
Who would say that there can be action sequences? I think the camera looks a little bit weird. Oh, it's because of the light, yeah, the light is in the camera. Strong light, so putting back this on. And I need to get the microphone in position, move the camera crane. I think that's all. Okay. Very different. Three in position. Like that, huh? Nice. So here goes the final assembly. Turn off the power on the back for doing anything next. Cable over there. Disconnect the HDMI. It's always tricky when during the stream running, connecting in the OBS, enabling and hardware physically connecting additional USB devices, capture devices. This time it worked. The biggest issue was when my remote control turned off the streaming computer monitor and rearranged my windows. That wasn't nice. Disconnect the SATA drive. Put it in the right place. I think I'm also... I think I'm done with this arrangement with camera. I can turn it to the side too and get the computer standing up and put together everything. Yeah, that's true. Let's get the camera in position. To get the camera in position. Let's see. Okay, last for the last final take a look. Finally, before closing this part, am I done with top down? Anything? I don't have anything else to install, plug in. Everything is in place. Well, if not, I'll just do whatever is left to do. So let's find the camera angle. Okay, let's just final mounting to secure the power supply. Add last two screws and tighten it up. Like this. I'm just looking how it would look if I get some shade on the webcam. Can I cast shadow on the webcam? I don't see much difference. It's very light. It's very bright corner over here. I'll take the camera crane away this way. And so now I need to flip the PC up like this. And I need to get the camera crane in the lower position. How do I do this? So it gets like this in this position and record capture from this angle. Now it's too high. If I flip this over here, oh, maybe this isn't too bad, huh? Just that I don't have enough light. Oh, one last thing. One last thing is that I didn't check for the SATA connector, which one is which, faster, slower. Can I work like this? Not sure, maybe. I'll put the isolation pad here for the drive, where it was previously. So this is the SATA power. Let's get the drive in place. Get the screw for the drive, that was used to mount it. Again, I need glasses.
This graph is friendship, and then we'll be just not, and you stop fucking telling
Which screw? I think I found the screw. And is it this bit? Can it work with this? Yep, nice. So this PC case doesn't have any fancy lighting and so on. Nothing to demo in the end. When it's connected, it's not a three-car drag race. Nice. That's secured. I can actually use this cable. Like this. I gotta put the microphone this way. And the power cable for this. First I'll connect the SATA power to the drive. Give it what it needs. First port for SATA drive and connect it. Okay, and I need to select which cable will I use for external power fan and the external power for the drive. One cable was already outside. I'm just trying to figure out which one I used. So it will go here out into the back. And it will be providing power for the back fan on the case and external drive. Simple as that, and the rest can sit over here inside. I don't use the DVD or Bluetooth Blu-ray, so I don't care about that thing. I'm not going to do on the stream about the cable management. It all seems very cozy, spacious, enough room to do the last adjustments later. And I need a long cable for the driving to the outside for the external drives that I'll connect. These cables are the same. One has the required bend, this one. Over the winter they get cold, so they are hard, not soft like during summer. So they stay in the same shape, position. And for this drive, I need light. Where is the notch? Oh, this is not the right notch. What's going on? How come? I'll connect it this way, maybe. Well, wait. This is weird. Okay, this should be it. It should go like this. Okay, and this can go out now. I usually put the camera over. Let's say I change the camera position. Let's change the camera position. Okay, and I'm here on this camera, like that. Nice. And if I want you to see camera operation, can I have that going? I'm not sure what you're seeing. Anyway, the camera is secured on the hard position. Okay, that was a few ties required to undo, and few last things to prepare is this will go, camera will go now down. I think this is it. I forgot after a day how it's supposed to go. And we didn't lose the connection to camera, and here it is. Nice, nice, nice.
This grub, it's friendship.
Can I get the nice angle? Something like this, so. It's a bit higher than I would like, but it's 50-50, same construction for both positions. I move it to position, and
this girl, it's friendship. You hope that's not. And that is toch maar kan trouwen, hè?
yes, this is it. Well, no, it's not. Few more adjustments. I need to have a little bit of room over here to get it under an angle like this. Now I need what I need. Now I know what I need to do. I need to get this thing mounted little bit lower, and it will work the same way for the from this position and from the top when it's on the top. Now it's like this, but it's a little bit too high. Same when it's on the top down, and after that everything will be perfect. Because if I zoom in now, I can't get the camera any more lower. If I zoom in, it doesn't, this bottom goes away. And then for that I need to move it away. And I don't like this angle. One last thing, I'll give it a try. Turn all this around. Like this. Is this the position? I need to check one thing. Yeah, I'm back. So,
This girl is friendship, and then what that's not, and I stop I got towel on it.
this is just too high. Too high, and I don't like this angle. I would like that it's looking straight, not straight like this, not under the angle. And if I get it, if I bend it lower, it gets too close to here. There's my hand. I guess this light is pointing at the webcam. Not sure, do you see this? So I'll get that sorted out for the next time. Now, because I couldn't play this all out in my head to figure out where will what end up in the end for what type of moment in presentation. Not type of moment, but what type of angle for which, depending on the presentation moment. So this segment was like more like behind the set, on the set of the scene. I'm shooting this. What goes in the background, how to get the proper angle and so on. And everything is ready for final putting, closing the case. I need last thing is this additional fan that I put in the back. And here with these wires in the end I can change unplug them from the Molex and change the speed, the power, whether it's 12 volt the yellow or 3 volts during winter time and 12 volts during the summertime. Okay, I'm not showing it actually. There we go. And as a matter of fact, I'll even use, I will not have the color for the external drive this way, I'll only use one cable for the drive, and the remaining cable I'll use for power for that thing. And that's why that is what I was talking about, going through with this like this way, that I did it to figure out what cable will go which way and why. I will not be expanding any more internal storage for I don't know how long. Anyway, next internal upgrade for storage would be the M2 card, which goes directly into the motherboard. So that's it for that. I won't be needing the power supply cables. And this would be now dedicated power for the fan. So I don't need to buy fancy stuff. I can just use what I have here from the old parts and so on. Which way this thing spins. Okay, it's rotating. It says airflow like this, rotating like this, meaning that the what are the fan, I don't care. So it goes over here like this. Yeah, I know this all kind of looks weird and janky. So this, yeah, okay. Nice. So next recording streaming session will be even better, because I know now what I need to improve. And it took, I don't know, 3-4 dedicated 1 week. I dedicated 1 week of my time to get this all in order. Can you see me over there? Like this? Yeah, perfect. And all using cheap stuff. All this is streaming with cheap microphone, cheap whatever, nothing fancy, nothing more expensive than $100. This takes only 2 screws, doesn't need to take whole set of 4. So I didn't previously pay attention what was used, what holes were already threaded through. I'll do the diagonal match. So this isn't too bad. Not too bad, huh? Not too super bad. I'll just double check that I have everything. That I didn't squeeze anything. No, everything looks good. Apply final force. Final force. Like that. And then this would go. Actually, I can do this. I can separate these two. So this would be now the power supply cable connection. So I'll keep these separated. The lower ones is for the drive, the hard drive, external, standing by, and this would be power supply for the fan on the second level, separated so I don't mix them up. It's kind of not. This is not foolproof procedure. But I do it this way because I pay attention. I wouldn't sell this to anybody without proper training. Now I connect this so this is ready for use, for production. I don't have this cover, but I don't care. I've had it with the glasses. I think I can close it up. Kind of finally. I leave this side open until I can figure out in the end which SATA ports are which speed. So this is the back panel. Let it sit here. And the last bit is here. I don't like these big holes from manufacturing, original. I always put some more. I will rather add another fan then leave that big holes drawing the dust inside, so I need to put back this this fell open, and I need to dust it off before closing so that can wait. I'll rather apply that type of improvised filtering for the air, and one more fan, then the get PC stuffed with dust. I just don't like dust. And some next, so this is done. Some other time I can go with the, we can do the working with Linux with a computer like this. Don't know what all stuff, kind of stuff in Linux. We made sure it works. I made sure. There's no we, there's no I don't know what. Let's do the, right here, the recapitulation. Not going over there. We don't need the desk for this type of content. There is nothing to demo here, so I'll hit a stream marker. Is this the perfection? Do I go this way? Am I in the picture? And this way? Cool. Okay. So people, stream summary, completely done. Well, like I mentioned a moment ago, so for the recapitulation, squeezing the power, well, it was not, there's no demonstration of power performance on this motherboard. But it was actually the idea of doing this upgrade on the same chipset. So this was the previous motherboard, H81M-K from ACS, that doesn't have a support for M2 drives, internal drives cards. Now this JGINYUE has that, and I've moved from this, on this board was the i5 Intel, now it's in there, and also all the RAM that was here and the GPU. And I've done the test with booted, initialized by default the GPU card. It didn't use by default the onboard, so it figured that out. It booted and loaded properly the Linux Pop OS and also Windows. There was only a slight glitch on the HDMI capture side, on a long HDMI cable, but everything else worked out well. I took it slow, almost 3 hours to just so I don't mess up anything. Connect the front panel cable from the case. Lay the power cables to the outside for my external improvised external drive port. So here's the SATA. Here's the internal power supply for the external drive. I just leave it over here, and the setup cable laid here, and also improvised power supply for the case fan on the back. So I can also select here which speed will it run as I change the connections on the Molex connector. So that's it. Yesterday I've done the paste and cleaning, internal paste on the CPU. Hey, I'm just glad I've done this on the stream and have a recorded version. I say always, if I ever do this again, I'll do it on video. And why not do it live? Yeah, I know it's not a football match. Hey, I'm not a Luka Modric. Screw those footballers. And hey, but here it is. Each stream in the workshop area here. More improvements, better camera management. Also this time in this season there is also this FaceTime camera for so I'm here also with you while I'm working on the subject. And thanks for stopping by. Check the website for the video catalog and grab yourselves free NFTs. Check the ways to support. There is a option for a subscription, recurring support donations via LiberaPay using Stripe, or one-time tips with PayPal. In the future I'll keep the AliExpress wish list updated with the items I need for these type of things. I'm modest, I don't need much. Thanks for stopping by. Here goes the outro. You can get your Lab Sims character. There's a post on the website where you can submit a request for it, just in the comment field.